Yu-Gi-Oh! An incredibly complex card game with tens of thousands of cards. However, what if each set was separated from the rest of the massive card pool and your choices when building a deck were extremely limited? In this series, in order to learn Yu-Gi-Oh! From the ground up, I will be embarking on an adventure through the history of the card game with Jeexx. In each episode, we will have access to all the cards in a select product, and using only the cards in that product, both of us will build a deck before playing a best of 3 match to determine the winner of the episode. We will move in a chronological order in the series, and with each new episode we will forget the cards of the past in order to experience something brand new. We hope you enjoyed this adventure through Yu-Gi-Oh! And its evolution with us. Welcome to the historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning journey. What is up, ladies and fellas? Welcome back to the historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning journey, and we are back with more Duel Terminal with 5A and 5B, so just collectively, we're just gonna call it Duel Terminal 5. So, as always, let's take a look at what's in the sets, and this should be a pretty short one, since usually Duel Terminals are like a combination of just old cards and then new stuff that we'll just quickly mention the archetypes, because if I'm talking about all of them, it's gonna take a long time. So, DD Crow, Necro Garden is some like good, just good usual stuff. Level Eater is there as well. Spear Kraden is interesting, but I don't know how good it would be in Nimble Mawanga if you just want to thin your deck. Kalenduo has a potential, Heroes obviously back, and then getting into the actual like new stuff, we have Gem Knights. Feels like almost like trying to recapture the spark of Heroes. Revolve around normal monster, try revolve around fusion summoning. I think this is the first introduction of levels as well, which mostly focus on getting levels in your graveyard for effects of violence, which we've seen before. I think lights with that look really cool and revolve. Focus on equip spells, and then we have Ruby, Aquamarine, and Topaz for the Gem Knight summons. Have pretty straightforward effects like Ruby just dealing piercing, being able to gain attack. Aquamarine returns something when it's sent from the field to the grave, and attacking, it puts itself to defense, and Topaz can attack twice, and then if it destroys something puts it to the grave, you do the what's face? How do I forget? Flame Wingman. Yeah, that effect. Lava Dragon actually pretty good. Several levels into the deck from the grave to return something to the hand. Greater is kind of whatever, and the Violent Sigma and Epsilon are okay. As for the other like stuff that we have here, My Body Shield and Foolish Burial, obviously pretty good. Gemini Fusion, not Miracle Fusion, not Brilliant Fusion, sorry, so not the one that saw a lot of play. And yet here, Trapson is here, Skills Accessor is here, Kuna with Chains also decent. And then for Duel Terminal 5B, Syndrome of a Thousand Hands and Sonic Bird that on normal or flip summon, add a ritual monster and a ritual spell from your deck to your hand, respectively. So, good support for rituals, as we'll see in a little bit why that is. Tricky is there. If you need extra bodies on the field, you can just puzzle summon a level 5 by discarding a card. Volcanics, but only 2 of them. Armed Dragon is here if you want to go the Armed Dragon route. Black Salvo, Crabons, also decent. And then Gishkis, who are this water ritual summoning archetype. Gets really degenerate at one point, but it's not really degenerate yet. Then we have Gustos. Gustos are a pretty consistent archetype. They summon a lot from the deck and add a lot from the deck, and also have a lot of effects where you can shuffle stuff from the grave back to the deck in order to activate effects. So it's a really like good archetype of like basically cycling your stuff. You put stuff in the grave, usually you get other stuff out of the deck by doing that, and then you use the stuff in the grave to activate effects, get them back in the deck, you can circulate them again. It's pretty cool. And then Steel Swarm, at this point, is a tribute summoning archetype. Later, probably most of the L Swarms are just, know them for, at least for me, I know them from the Xyz monsters. But for now, they're They're an archetype revolving around tribute summoning. And the 2 rituals for Gishki are Mind August, which when ritual summoned, you can target up to 5 cards in any graveyards to get them back to the deck. And Heavy Gishki Soul Ogre, where you can discard a Gishki monster to shuffle a face-up card your opponent controls into the deck. Saboteur Dragon is here, but we're probably not going to see it. Magical Android and the Thought Ruler Archfiend are the only generic synchros in the set. But obviously, Thought Ruler Archfiend means we have access to RDA and Scrap Archfiend. I think those are the 2. So essentially, you have 4 generic synchros. A level 5, a level 7, and 2 level 8. So it should be fine. Degus Goldo is incredibly good. Level 5, which once per day you can shuffle 2 custom monsters from your graveyard to main deck to target a face monster your opponent controls and destroy it. Obviously, requiring 1 tuner, 1 non-tuner Gusto means it just fulfills the condition to do it on your turn immediately, and obviously gets stuff back in the deck as well. And then the ultimate payoff Eagles is very niche. It's kind of ass. Gishki Aquamarine has a pretty good ritual spell. It can recycle your rituals and itself, which is nice. And then we have a Blast held by a Tribute, which is there like specifically good against Steel Swarm. But other than that, like we're not probably gonna be still Tribute summoning a lot. And the Karma Cut, one of the best generic cards in the whole set. Discard a card and then target a face of monster your opponent controls, banish it, and then banish all cards with the same name as that monster from your opponent's graveyard. I'm actually not even sure. I want to say we've seen Karma Cut before. I'm pretty sure, but I'm not 100% on that. But even we have or we haven't, it's still very powerful. Hopefully you enjoyed the set breakdown, and I will see y'all in the deck building section next.
Okay. This deck breakdown is going to be like the least professional, quote unquote, that I've ever done. Starting off, we have Gustos. Gustos have a playstyle of shuffling cards back from the graveyard to get their effects off, and also many floating effects, mostly activating off of battle destruction. We have Calm, that has the effect of shuffle 2 Gustos into the deck and draw 1 card. We have Eagle, that has the effect of when it's destroyed or balanced into the graveyard, spells on 1 level 4 or lower non-tuner Gusto. And then we have Goldo, that has when it's sent to the graveyard, spells on 1 level 2 or lower Gusto. And then we have Thumbo, that has at the end of the battle phase, if it's in the graveyard because it was destroyed by battle this turn, you can banish 1 Gusto from the graveyard to spell summon 1 Wind Psychic type monster from your deck with 1,500 less defense. Then we have Steel Swarm Cell, which is just a Steel Swarm card here for no other reason than simply the fact that I needed a Steel Swarm card. If you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. While this card is faced on the field, it cannot be tributed except for the tribute summon of a Steel Swarm monster and cannot be used as synchro material. So basically the idea would have been to have this thing in my opening hand, special it, set something, and then get Toilet into pop next turn and then pop everything. But yeah. Then we have Wind. When this card is destroyed or balanced, when you're with an opponent's attacking monster, important note, and send to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 Gusto tuner monster from your deck. So basically, you go Winda into Goldo, into Eagle, into Winda, into Goldo, into Eagle, into Winda. And then you just repeat that. You fill up your graveyard, and then you end on a Calm, you shuffle 2 into the deck, and then you draw one, and then you use other effects like Blessings for Gusto, or Contact with Gusto, or even the Synchros to get plays off. Contact with Gusto, target 2 Gustos in the graveyard, and shuffle one card your opponent controls, shuffle both the targets in the graveyard, then destroy that opponent's target, the opponent's target. Blessings for Gusto, target 2 Gusto monsters in your graveyard plus a 3rd Gusto monster in your graveyard, and shuffle both the first 2 targets into the deck and then special summon the 3rd target. Then we have Spear Cretin, which is here as a meme. It basically allows you to do an infinite lock kind of thing. Cyber Dark Dragon, so we have access to Cyber Dragon and Cyber Valley. Eagles. Once per turn during your end phase, you can banish 1 wind monster from your graveyard and target 1 face down card your opponent controls and destroy that target. I don't think this card is very good. I think overall this card is significantly better, and I will always almost aim to go for this or RDA or Thought Roller Archfiend. 1 tuner, one or more non-tuner Gusto monsters. Once per turn, you can shuffle 2 Gusto monster from your graveyard into your main deck and then target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls and destroy the target. This card is significantly better than let's say, most of the other cards in this, especially because the fact that the shuffling effect is a cost. So you shuffle the cards first, and then you pop something. It doesn't happen at the same time, which is important because there are certain effects. Like, for example, if my opponent activates my body as a shield to negate this, I still get to shuffle the cards in the deck so I can still continue my plays, for example. Magical Android, RDA, Scrap Archfiend, Thoughtful Archfiend, and Steel Swarm Roach because we have Steel Swarm in this like deck. Okay, that about does it. The main reason why this is such a speed run, why I speed ran this deck breakdown is because I have a ulcer in my mouth and this sucks. So anyhow, good luck with the games.
And welcome back, guys and gals, and here's what we're playing today. So, we're getting fishy with Gishki, and I gotta be honest, nothing really spoke out to me in this particular dual terminal. I was like, because I kinda like Laval, but I don't think there's not enough there yet to even make it a 40 card deck, I don't think. So I figured I'd hold up with that. Hold on to that until later. Hold on to that until later. Sorry, I recorded these pretty soon after waking up, so I'm still feeling the tiredness a little bit. I apologize. But I decided to hold on to that for later, and I figured, like, because all of these get more support later. And Gishki, I feel like, is one of the less likely ones that I would want to play later on. I'm not really super fond of the archetype. I know a little bit, but I don't know, like, I don't know much. I just know the Gishki hand loop stuff. That becomes a thing. But I figured since... Have you seen a ritual deck played yet? I'm not sure. And additionally, like, having Senju and Sonic Bird here for a close format like this, I feel like the stars align pretty well. So I was just like, you know what? Let me just play Gishki and see what happens. But with all that being said, though, let's look at the deck and see what we're working with. So Senju and Sonic Bird right at the start. Senju adds a ritual monster and Sonic Bird adds a ritual spell on normal or flip summon. So these just generate consistency boosters. We have a lot of stuff just adding stuff here that you'll see quickly, where Gishki Abyss on summon, you can add a Gishki monster with 1000 or less defense from your deck to your hand, except Abyss. And how this works out is it always adds a single monster, since the only one it hits is Gishki Shadow, which we'll cover in a little bit. For that, we have Gishki Aerial, which on flip, you can add a Gishki monster from your deck to your hand. This is going to be adding... this can also add Shadow if we need Shadow, but more often than not, it's probably going to be adding one of our rituals to our hand. And Gishki Marker, when summoned, you can target a Gishki ritual monster or a spell in your grave to add it to your hand. So this is basically a little bit later when we use some of our ritual monster, probably not ritual spells because of the effect on Aquamirror, but this can recur our ritual monsters if need be. And then Shadow is probably our most important monster. So if you ritual summon exactly one bunch of ritual monster with a card effect that requires use of monster, this card can be used as the entire requirement. And then you can discard this to add a Gishki spell from your deck to your hand. But we're mostly going to be using the first part, which basically means that instead of having to tribute for a total of level 6s for Mind August and a total of 8 for Soul Ogre, we can always just use Shadow. And then to have access to some synchro plays, we have 2 Crabons and a single Plague Spreader Zombie. We have a second one in the side deck as well. As for our rituals, Mind August is a level 6. And on Ritual Summon, you can target up to 5 cards in the graves and shuffle those back. This can host some graveyard strategies if Jeexx is playing one of those, or we can recur some of our stuff that we otherwise maybe don't have access to get back, since we have basically all of our like Gishki monsters add stuff from the deck. Sorry. And then our big boss monster, every Gishki Soul Ogre. Once per turn, you can discard a Gishki to target a face-up card your opponent controls and shuffle it into the deck. Pretty simple, pretty good. A 2800 as well, which is relatively big. It's also very nice because Scrap Archfiend, which is one of the generic synchros that we will both have access to if Jeexx is on Synchros, as well as Thoth Rudel Archfiend. Both of these are 100 less than Soul Ogre, so he'll need some attack boosting to be able to beat over Soul Ogre. So it sits at a really nice threshold for the attack points. And then finally we have 2 DD Crows. When looking at the archetype, like most of the stuff in the set wants stuff in the grave and cares about the grave. So DD Crow being able to banish stuff from Jeexx's grave is gonna probably be very useful. And also, like, the generic spell traps aren't that great. There are a couple like really good ones, like Karma Cut, obviously, but there weren't that many. So I was just like, you know, instead of clogging it, because we're already playing a lot of monsters. If we don't count DD Crow, which we're most likely won't be using as a monster, we're still playing 25 monsters, which is a lot. So I didn't want obviously more monsters, but I don't also want to clog myself with just bad spell traps just for the sake of having them. Then for the spell traps though, we have 3 Gishki Aqua Mirror. This is a really good ritual spell. Can be used to ritual summon any Gishki ritual monster, and then obviously has the usual ritual spell stuff. But in the grave, you can shuffle this from the graveyard in the main deck to target a Gishki ritual monster in the grave to return it to the hand. So it's incredibly good. It recurs itself into the deck and recurs as a ritual monster into our hand. So it basically just, this facilitates everything, which is why Marker is not the greatest. But in some cases, if we end up with multiple copies of some of these in our grave, we can then use Marker. Plus, we really just want Gishki names in our deck for Soul Ogre. Then we have 2 Foolish Burials. This is mostly here to dump a Plague Spreader zombie. A single Aqua Mirror Meditation, where you can reveal a ritual spell card in your hand to target 2 Gishki monsters in your grave to return them to the hand. Being able to return something like Shadow is very powerful. And then 3 Karma Cut, probably the best removal. Actually, not probably, it's definitely the best removal in this set. Where by discarding a card, you can target if his monster your opponent controls, banish it, and banish all copies of that same monster in your opponent's grave. Stuff for caring about the graveyard is nice, but also just being able to discard and banish something is pretty good. Then we have 2 Kunai Chain and 2 Skill Successor, a 3rd copy of both in the side deck as well. We've seen both of these. Kunai Chain puts one of your opponent's attacking monsters into defense and then gives one of your monsters this as an equip that gives it 500. Skill Successor, on the turn you activate it, gives one of your face monsters 400 attack until the end of the turn, and then you can activate it later on a later turn from your grave to give a monster 800 attack. As for the side deck, for the stuff that we haven't talked about yet, we have 2 Gallon Duo. This is mostly here if Jeexx ends up running a sort of strategy where he can't really deal direct damage to us, or so Gallon Duo then becomes this basically wall that he needs to use removal on. So this is basically here just to buy us time, because like I said, we have a really good way of actually getting to our deck. A lot of stuff just adds other stuff, so buying a couple turns that way and getting into our big stuff is very likely and very powerful. 3 My Body as a shield. There are some effects that pop stuff, but it depends on what Jeexx is playing, because the problem is, if this worked on Karma Cut, if Karma Cut was destroy and then banish it, then obviously My Body would be really good. But if Jeexx ends up playing something like Gishki himself, like Soul Ogre, shuffles back into the deck, Karma Cut banishes, then My Body doesn't really do much. Blast Hell by Tribute, it's here literally if Jeexx is on Steel Swarm, because they care about tribute summoning. So he tribute summons something, tries to swing it with it, we pop all of their attack plus monsters and burn him for 1,000 for each. It's really powerful against Steel Swarm, but doesn't do anything against the others. And then finally, traps done at 3 copies. We like our traps, so I want to make sure that I don't care about my traps as much as he does before I side into these. Then for the extra deck, we have, it's all stuff that we've seen before. These don't matter. There are 12 cards that I can use here. So we have Magical Android to gain life points and have a level 5. Then our level 7 is Scrap Archfiend, which is a vanilla at 2700. Thoth Rudel Archfiend and RDA at level 8. So we've seen this a bunch of times. Archfiend can protect itself from being popped. It can gain life points. RDA is just big 3k, and Punishes your opponent for sending monsters in defense. And that'll be it. I don't know what to really expect of the deck. I feel like the deck is pretty good, but I don't know, because I don't know. It just feels weird having this sort of consistency. I feel like this is one of the most consistent decks that we've had in the historic Yu-Gi-Oh learning journey thus far. It's just basically everything just adding itself or doing something. Like we have stuff that adds other stuff to our hand of 15 copies. Then we have stuff that gives us our main payoff. We have our main payoff. Then we have some tuners, and then we have some hand traps. Like the monster lineup is pretty good when you put it that way. But yeah, I have no idea what Jeexx is gonna play this time, so it'll be very interesting to see that. So hopefully you enjoyed the deck breakdowns, and I will see you all in the dueling zone next. What's up, ladies and lads? I finally remembered my intro, and welcome back to Historic Yu-Gi-Oh! A learning journey, and back to the dual terminal arc with dual terminal 5A and 5B combined into one. So we'll just call it dual terminal 5. Jeexx, how are you feeling about going back to the terminals?
Well, it's kind of windy.
That's it.
That's it. What do you want from me? You want me to talk about how it's windy and I can see the future? Bro,
I don't know, honestly. I don't know what
this guy stinks of fish.
I didn't expect much, like anything, and I was still disappointed.
Fuck.
And I guess that's, that's the bottom line.
That's the name of the game.
Yeah, but
expect nothing and receive less.
But sometimes life gives you lemons, which actually I learned a little while ago, that apparently lemons are not like naturally occurring. Actually, humans did something, so life never gave us lemons, and instead we actually made them. So
that's fascinating.
It's all a hoax. It's all a hoax, man. It's all a hoax.
We scammed this whole fucking
Oh,
time.
hell nah.
Oh, hell nah.
This might be the worst opening hand a person could ever have.
Set 2 and pass. Baby.
I should die. Honestly. I was just gonna say, I don't even know if I want to take the turn. Oh my god, this might be the greatest... I'm kidding.
Oh no. One card didn't change the entire hand from shit.
Set one pass.
Set one pass? Hell yeah. I'll go stand by main. I'll set one. I'll pass.
Oh well, this is exhilarating, isn't it? That's actually interesting. Okay, let's fire off a Foolish Barrel. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go into our deck, and I think... Actually, I have a couple that I'm pondering between. But I think I will pitch my Plague Spreader Zombie.
Ah, yes. The ever reliable.
The all reliable indeed. Then I would like to flip summon this Gishki Ariel. Is that okay?
That is okay. Yay!
Yay.
Let's go. Ooh.
Let's get fishy. And with that, I think
Stinky.
I will. Honestly, fuck it.
We ball?
We ball.
Hey.
Do we ball? The question is, to ball or not to ball? And I think to ball. Let's take Soul Ogre.
Ah, yes.
Then, let us fire off an Aqua Mirror. Is that okay?
That is okay. There's no negates in this.
And I would like to tribute from my hand for the entire cost a Gishki Shadow. And we will special summon a Gishki Soul Ogre.
Oh my god.
I'm trying to remember what sorts of stuff is here that you'd want to set.
Nothing. Like, legitimately, you are overthinking this.
Because, I mean, at this point, like, even no matter what it is, the 1800 extra is kind of whatever. Oh, a fellow plague spreader enjoyer, I see.
Spreading the plague, if you will.
You sure are. And I think we'll leave it at that.
Alrighty then, chat room. I would like to special summon from my hand a cyber dragon.
That is fun.
And then I would like to... Fuck.
Extra deck.
Then that's
Ace for a 7. Are there... There are no other generic 7s except for Archfiend here, right?
Yes.
But Archfiend is smaller than Soul Ogre, so...
Well, I'm just gonna...
Are you gonna?
I'm just gonna...
Are you though? Think this through.
I
don't like you having 3 back row set and not flipping one of them during my turn.
You know, that's just how this kind of goes sometimes. Sometimes you lose games. Sometimes you lose games. I will normal summon.
Yep.
Wind, Priestess of Gusto.
Yep.
And I would like to synchro summon using Wind, Priestess of Gusto, and Cyber Dragon to make a Scrap Archfiend.
Yep.
And I would like to go into combat and attacking into your Soul Ogre and popping Skill Successor on my Scrap Archfiend.
Right. That makes sense. I lose 300.
And then I would like to pass.
All right. How do we deal with this guy is the question.
Zeal Gigas time, baby!
All right. I will start by shuffling my Aquamirror into my deck to add Soul Ogre back to my hand. Then I would like to normal summon Sonic Bird. Is that okay?
Yes, that is okay.
And then I will add from my deck the Aquamirror to my hand. Then I will use the Aquamirror and I will use both of my monsters to ritual summon out Soul Ogre again.
Okay.
Then I mean, yeah. Need to get rid of that anyway. Oh yeah, this should be gone. I will use the effect of Soul Ogre, pitching from my hand to the grave this Mind August to send away Archfiend. Because otherwise, I get rolled by Skill Successor, and then I'll attempt to poke for a 28.
Yes.
I was very close to forgetting about Skill Successor, but I did not.
Sadly.
Well, that's, you know, I don't know if I would say that myself, but, you know.
I will place a card from my hand to the top of my deck to special summon a Plague Spreader zombie.
Yep.
And then I would like to activate Foolish Burial to top to my graveyard a monster. And I would like to dump, in this case, Necro Gardener.
Seems
Nice.
pretty good. All right. I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah. You guys stay next effect. Okay. Let's start with a normal summon of yet another Sonic Bird.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll add to my hand an Aquamirror.
Mm-hmm.
Then we will go Combat and Sonic Bird as time swing over Plague Spreader.
Yes,
And
banished.
then I'm assuming you're gardening this.
Yes.
Yeah. So it gets negated. We go main 2 and I'm just chilling.
Stand by, main. I'll set one card and I'll pass.
That's scary. Just about main. Let's normal summon Abyss. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm. That is okay.
This adds a 1,000 or less defense Gishki to my hand, and I think we will pick. There we go. A Shadow. Battle Phase. Does it matter? No, I'd rather do this. I'll swing Soul Ogre into the sets.
Okay. That is a Gusto Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt. The Battle Phase. You can banish from Gusto from Gary's full summon. Oh, that's pretty good. Then we'll go Abyss and Sonic for 22.
Yep.
Then we'll go main 2 and
Banish Thunderbolt, special summon a Gishki. And in this case, I will summon a
Wind Psychic type.
I will have to summon Wind.
Alright.
Unfortunately.
Oh. But we don't have to do that anymore. I just now realized that you synchro summoned with Cyber Dragon and Winda, and that's neither of those are tuners.
Wait, what? Wind is not a tune. Wait. Oh.
I just now realized it. That's kind of funny.
Wait, what the fuck? How?
It summons tuners.
Oh.
That's
you want to remake real quick?
We don't need to do that.
Oh, yeah, okay. Then, yeah.
I wonder.
Oh, yeah. That's my bad.
All good. I'm thinking. Should it matter? This might. Honestly? Sure. Main 2. I will use Aquamirror to once again shuffle it back to the deck. To add to my hand Mind August. Then we'll use the Aquamirror that I added to Ritual with Sonic Bird and Abyss into Mind August. And then we'll shuffle back your skill successor. Do I want to shuffle back more stuff from you? Because you set your... Because the one thing is what I care about, because that means you don't have your set card on top of your deck anymore. I think that's enough. From my side, I think I'll shuffle back a... Yeah, let's shuffle back the Sonic Birds, as well as Shadow. And I think that'll be enough. Yeah.
Okay.
And then with that, I will... It's only an attacking monster. Yeah, it's fine. It can stay, and I'll pass.
Okay. I'll set one card and pass.
Mm-hmm. It didn't also end up mattering that much, since you could have just used Plague Spreader then and used that for the summon, so it's kind of whatever.
Yeah.
I guess at this point I'd rather just put you on Gotta Have It. I'll use the effect of Soul Ogre, pitching from my hand. We'll pitch Shadow and put Wind back, since it's the only legal target. Yeah. Then we'll go Battle Phase. We'll swing over, attempt to swing over this thing with Soul Ogre, and yeah. All right, bro. My draws were kind of insane in that game. I'm not gonna lie. Also helps that most of the deck adds itself or each other into your hand. But yeah, let me pause the recording. Let's side for game 2. Couple changes, and we'll try this. Good luck, gamer. Interesting. All right. I like the way you think. Okay, fine. I got something extra. I'll Foolish Burial.
Oh.
Is that okay?
That is okay.
And we will... I think once again we'll pitch Plague Spreader just to have it in circulation in case I need it. And all yours.
Bang.
This is one of the quietest episodes we probably ever had. We'll both just like, you know, doing shit. Okay, normal summon Gishki Abyss. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. And to hand... where is the boy? There we go. Gishki Shadow. Flip summon Ariel. Is that okay?
That is okay.
We will add Soul Ogre. Then we will activate Aquamirror, and we'll use the Shadow as the whole tribute for Gishki Soul Ogre.
Okay.
Then the question is, what are these sets again? Is the question. The middle one was your first set. I already forgot how much health Winda has. Man, let's poke into this thing.
It is
4,000.
A Goldo.
Goldo,
which will special summon a level 2 or lower Gusto monster from my deck. And
realizing that both of our decks
Eagle
have so much that they get, like, where they just add stuff to deck or some stuff from deck.
Yeah.
That's a tuner level 1. Honestly, sure. We'll go Abyss into the summoned Eagle.
Okay. Then I will use Eagle's effect and I will special summon a level 4 or lower Gusto,
That is a
which will
not a
be
tuner.
which will be
Hey, I guess I'm a win this since it's not a tuner.
uh
As we just learned.
Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt, huh? I already forgot what Winda does, but curiosity is a bitch, so I want to know what this is.
Now we'll
Is it
special
Winda?
summon
Okay.
a tuner.
Yeah.
And that tuner will be where is it? Level 3 Goldo. If the video game, there we go. Thank you.
Okay, the make for 7.
Hello, Dueling Buck.
And I think this is the best thing I can ever get to do. Will Karma Cut, Pitching Shadow, and will banish Goldo and Golda.
Then in response, I will activate Karma Cut and I will discard a Thumbo targeting the Soul Ogre.
Yeah. So Soul Ogre gets banished and your Goldos get banished, and then we'll go main 2. This one also gets banished.
Wait. Oh yeah, because it's every card with the same name.
Yeah. And then yeah, that'll be my turn. I don't know what I'm thinking when I don't have cards in hand.
Gusto Calm, activate her effect. I would like to shuffle 2 Gustos from my graveyard to the main deck and draw a card. I would like to
Seems pretty good.
do Winda and Eagle.
Yep.
Top of the deck.
But this is crazy to think, like, comparing this to like what we've
Duel.
been playing for the past 60 episodes and the like amount of consistency we now have.
Yeah. I will attack into the aerial.
Yep.
And I will attack
500.
into the
And
Then-
900.
and I will pass.
Yep. Go.
I will normal summon Eagle, and I would like
9
to
or
simply.
5.
That's a monster. Wow, these suck.
Love
yeah,
to
I'll
hear
just go
that.
battle.
Yep.
Yeah. Swing with all of them.
Yep.
Then pass. Jump.
Monster pass.
I would like to normal summon Winda,
Mm-hmm.
and I would like to synchro summon using Eagle and Thumbo to
Yep.
special summon Daigusto Guldos, which doesn't do anything in this situation. But then I would like to shuffle into my deck a Thumbo and a Eagle.
Yep.
And draw a card.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would like to go into combat, and I would like to attack into the 1,800. It's gonna have a flip effect. Using Goldos.
Yeah, I think I will. I'll kunai with chain and put it to defense.
Okay. Changing to defense. Then I would like to. This website is breaking apart right now.
Oh,
I swear. Yes. I would like to attack using palm.
Yep, it is a DD Crow.
DD Crow. Okay. Then I will attack using Windows 1.
Yep. I'll take a test.
Okay. And main phase 2, I set 2 and I pass. If this is 2 kunai with chain,
I'll pass.
I will be extremely confused. Attack directly. Attack directly.
Kunai with chain?
Dude, that is actually insane. If this is
And
actually
Kunai, it's not Kunai with chain.
it's so,
It would have been funny if it was, but unfortunately it's not.
that would have been kind of hilarious. I'm not gonna lie.
It
I would have been
definitely
very confused, but
Yeah. All right, bro. When is the last time we got a game 3? I feel like it's been ages, actually.
at least before the Crow Duelist pack. You gotta go kind of far for that.
Yeah.
Might even be further than Extreme Victories or Stone Ragnar.
I wouldn't be surprised. Okay. I think.
And to be a bit.
Yep.
Gotta go to the bathroom.
Oh yeah. Wait, I forgot. Let me pause the recording, and we got a game 3. All right, and game 3 time. Exciting.
Ooh.
What's not exciting is me not being able to click my button. Oh, there we go. I clicked like 17 times, so hopefully it doesn't break anything.
This website is breaking apart right now. Oh.
It's kind of, feels like it's kind of borked. But the show must go on, and I think, what better way to make the show go on than to good old T-post.
I would like to follow suit, except it's a little less deep and it's more.
You can't take
line.
half of something and say like, yeah, dude, I think I'll do
I'll follow
the same.
suit, but I'll do it half-assed.
I hate it here. Normal 7 Abyss.
Yeah, go for it.
I will add. Would you like to guess? A Gishki Shadow.
No, how can this be?
Then I would like to activate Aqua Mirror. A shadow for entire costs. And get Soul Ogre.
It's so over.
It is quite ogre. Battle Phase. It's 800, I don't care. Swing with Abyss first.
It's Winda. I will special summon a Guldo.
Level 3, which I'll rather have you have level 3 or. Level 3 is a lot more flexible, I feel. Actually, if I have another window, then that makes 5. I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna have to deal with it at some point anyway, so I'll still swing into it.
Goes to grave. I special a level 3 or lower. I will special an eagle.
Yep. And then we go main 2 and specifically a battle.
Yeah, this one is kind of weird that it's specifically by battle, I think.
Still
Because if these weren't specifically by battle, it would be so nice.
Yeah. But I think I'd rather have some cards in my hand, so I don't think it's worth to attempt to go for a pop with Soul Ogre.
I agree. I would like to normal summon Palm's Journey of Gusto.
Yep.
I would activate her effect to shuffle 2 to the deck.
Yep.
And then I would like to draw a card.
Yep.
Okay.
That's all
And then
fine by me.
I would like to synchro summon
205.
to a Daigusto Goldos.
Yep.
And I would like to activate the effect of Daigusto Goldos by targeting shuffling 2 Gustos into my deck.
Getting the pop immediately for itself is kind of insane.
Yeah, and I would like to pop Soul Ogre.
Yep. It is gone.
Okay, and then I would like to go into battle phase, attack into a face down.
It is a Duel.
Oh, that's okay. And then I would like to just say fuck it and eat this thing.
Oh, which thing? Oh, sure.
Yeah, and then pass.
Sure. Draw standby main. Let's put Abyss, not set,
Oh, yes,
into defense. And we'll set a card and I think I'll just pass on that.
Okay. I will main phase 1. Just, I guess, set 1, pass.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of expecting a karma cut. So, trying to play conservative real quick.
Okay, this is hilarious, but it doesn't really make sense. But simultaneously, it is hilarious. Honestly, sure. Normal summon. Send you out 1,000 hands.
Yep.
And we'll add a ritual monster to hand. And I think I will take a... another ogre.
Yep.
If I were smart, I would have paid attention to the defense totals of the monsters. But I'm not smart. And
They're all sub 1,000, don't worry. Except for Thumble.
Because I swear, yeah, I swear like Thumbolt was bigger.
1.2.
Wait, am I think? Oh wait, I'm thinking of my own cards. This is worth it regardless. I don't think so. I'll go main 2 and I'll just pass.
Okay. Stand by at main. I would like to normal summon Goldo.
Sure.
And I would like to flip summon Wind.
Sure.
And I would like to synchro summon using Winda and Goldo.
Sure.
Um, wait, am I flipping? Does Guldo even proc off of a synchro summon?
It's a win, so it's gonna unfortunately miss timing.
Yeah, that's sad. That's a
Yeah,
shame.
all the events missing timing is unfortunate, especially when it's on a tutor where you'd imagine that the
It should
idea is
work.
like if it's sent, you know.
Yeah, I would like to shuffle two of them into my deck
Mm-hmm.
and destroy a monster on the field, and
Yep.
that monster would be Duel.
Yep. Gonna do this
Yes.
job.
Then, oh wait, I should have. Wait, actually, can you? If I pop the Abyss instead. Wait, let me think before I go into combat. Uh, yeah. But that's a level 4. And assuming if you happen to have kunai with chains here, like if you even have one of them, then that's kind of shit for me. Because I can't destroy it no matter what happens. No, never mind. I can still destroy it. I can still clear the field if I do that. So, yeah, I would rather pop the Gishki Abyss instead of the Gonna Duel.
Yeah, because you want to beat over
Attack.
another
Yeah, I
thing.
can
So let
beat
me
over Senju, yeah.
do this, and this goes to Grape.
And attack into Senju.
I would like to actually wait.
If it's skill successor, it's only 400.
Hmm. Yeah, sure.
Okay. And then I would like to attack directly.
Yeah, and I'm taking 24. Whoops, not 42.
Okay. And then I will set a card, end phase, and I gain 1,200 life points.
Yep.
And pass.
All right. Hmm. All right. Sure. Let's go normal summon marker, and we'll add
Yeah.
to our hand the aqua mirror.
Yeah.
Then I will use said aqua mirror to tribute marker as well as the Senju from my hand for a soul ogre.
Okay. When it is summoned, I would like to activate Karma Cut.
Yep.
Discarding Necro Guard.
Man, that deck is consistent, huh?
Yeah, that's fuck, man. Like the
I
first
can't believe
game
you
was
already got Karma Card. That's so unlucky.
yeah.
That's kind of rough.
That's kind of sad. Yeah. If I didn't have Karma Cut here, I think I would have lost both of mine
Yeah,
eventually. Like both of them would have gone down
not
eventually,
here, but
and I would have had to set like Thumbolt because I have Thumbolt in hand, and then even if these both die here, it's kind of whatever. I Thumbolt gets into the graveyard. I banish Thumbolt. I summon Winda, and then I just keep hoping that you don't draw Gishkis.
yeah, everything cycling itself from grave is so good because I thought like the Gishkis were really good because everything fuels into itself, but at some point I'm gonna run out of gas. But with Gustos, you just never run out of gas, which is
Yeah, and it also
unfortunate.
like it doesn't really thin out the deck ever, but it consistently gets out the things that you want,
Yeah.
which means that you will hit like eventually start hitting cards that you feel like are strong enough to like play 2 copies, 3 copies of like skill successor, kunai with chain, trapstun. I think trapstun was we didn't really see it here, but I think trapstun would have been an insane card for mind games if we had more standoffs kind of like this.
Yeah.
Like I popped Karma Cut here, expecting a trapstun, but I knew I have to pop this here, and even if you get if you have a trap stun, I still get to discard the card because it's the cost. So I get Necroguard in the graveyard, so
Mm-hmm.
I'll be able to protect one of them maybe next turn or even this turn.
Yeah. Yeah,
because you didn't have any cards afterwards.
I had 3 traps done in my side, but I feel like with like how the first games went, it's like I feel like the traps were so integral, and I mean, in the end, like my deck just didn't have enough gas to keep up with yours anyway. But I feel like without the traps, it would have been like even worse. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, the way I was like, well, maybe I can sack with Karma Cut. It ended up being you sacking with Karma Cut, so
Yeah.
that's how it goes sometimes.
Yeah. I feel like for your deck, Karma Cut was also like significantly like scarier because the fact that you had stuff like Gishki Aqua Mirror. Like what I was really expecting to happen when you used was it Senju to fetch for a ogre was that you were gonna pitch uh ogre for Karma Cut and then
Mm-hmm.
shuffle the Aqua Mirror back into the deck and return the ogre to hand and then use whatever you had left in your hand to ritual summon the ogre.
Yeah,
And that made me go like,
it was also funny how I like first 2 games I didn't see a single Senju and I just kept saying birds, and now this game I saw all 3 of my Senjus and didn't see a single Sonic bird, which like it was always like either one or the other, which is pretty funny. But
yeah, I feel
well,
like that first game was that was my bad, by the way, entirely. That game went honestly horribly because the fact that I synchro summoned shit that I shouldn't have.
it's all good.
Yeah, my bad, my
We
bad.
all make mistakes. It's fine. I had Galanduo 2 copies in my side literally for the like okay there isn't that much popping going on, and it's like if Galanduo gets a pop effect out, I mean hell, if Galanduo is the target of a Karma God, it's done its job.
Yeah,
So
100%.
it was
I
basically here just as a wall, but obviously Guldos is one hell of a card.
yeah, I think out of all the cards in this set, like deck, Goldos is by far the best because
Yeah.
it immediately gets it off of itself, as you said. And then like there's this thing which is just like once during your end phase, you can banish one Windfall Master from your graveyard and destroy one face down card.
Yeah,
What the fuck? Would I ever try to make this?
it's
And
so it's so specific.
and it also griefs your game plan
It was
because
just
your game plan is to have more like Gustos in the graveyard to shuffle into the deck, and this banishes them for no reason.
yeah, I guess they just were like, this is like your ultimate payoff. So when you like use stuff enough, then you can do this.
Man, that's so sad for
Yeah,
Gustos.
it's weird. But the reason why I went for Gishki was because like everything, like nothing really stood out to me. Everything like seemed kind of boring, and then like I'm not sure if we saw. I don't think we played like uh the Armageddon ritual stuff. So I was like, I'm not sure if we've seen any rituals played. And out of the stuff that was there, like I was like, I don't think like later on when Gishki becomes more degenerate that I really care about playing Gishki. But this was like a pretty just like a vanilla ritual stuff, and also the having access to both Senju and Sonic Bird in the same set was enough to be like, I don't think I'm gonna play this ever again, and this is a chance to have like good ritual support simultaneous while playing a ritual archetype. So stars just kind of aligned. I was just like, fuck it. And nothing
Yeah, I
really
think
spoke to me in the set, so.
yeah. Since you played Gishki here, I don't know if I'm actually gonna play the hand loop stuff because I don't think you can even do it with just the Gishki stuff. You need some more in it.
Mm.
But in the future, there will definitely be a moment in time where we'll both most likely play a ritual deck.
Oh yeah, Necros is cool. I'm definitely gonna
Yeah,
play Necros when we get to that.
yeah, that's like inevitable at some point.
Yeah.
But I was thinking like I'm pretty sure we did play Demise because I'm fairly certain there was a point where I summoned Demise
It
and
might be
then
because like
you just got rid of it
but
instantly.
it just like it was very good. I just remember because usually it was like I think traditionally it was played in the like whatever the like Doom Dozer. I think it was like a Doom Dozer like bug a thingy alongside uh a demise where you like get Doom Dozer and Demise out on the same time. Like that was like a really old, like super old meta deck, I feel like. But yeah, I don't, because we didn't have Doom Dozer and Demise at the same time, so we definitely didn't play that. But it might have been that you played Demise and I just don't remember, but I was not sure. But it was it was mostly just the thing that, hey, there happens to be some support for it. Nothing really speaks out to me, and I'm out of the stuff like what else was there? There were like Elswarms, which we'll definitely see more of in the future. Gem Knights are
And
maybe stuff like Laval. I'm actually myself like it's a dog shit deck, but I'm kind of interested in playing it when it gets a little more support. So there was like some stuff that like I can see myself playing in the future, but like just looking through and knowing what Gishki gets later along the line, I don't think I'm gonna be interested in it. So it was just like the couple of things aligning, and
yeah,
this being the result.
uh,
But yeah,
I can totally see myself playing Gem Knights the next time we do tournamental stuff. And then the other deck that I would probably play is Vylon. So we'll see which I end up going for. But because both of those get like more support in Dual Terminal 6, I'm kind of leaning towards Gem Knights because I think they don't get Master Diamond yet or anything like the burn or easily abused stuff. But they get some of the cool things that make Gem Knights actually like not just you fusion summon a shitty hero fusion monster with a worse effect than a shitty hero
it
fusion
is
monster.
fun. Funny because when you look at the maze, like it does feel like it's like, oh, they really wanted to recreate the Spark of Heroes, huh? With these,
Yeah. And they kind of had a good idea in that, oh, we'll make them so that you can fuse these with any of this type and
yeah, I'm
then
curious
this
about
one
that. It's pretty cool.
specific one. But then you realize, wait, that's still bad.
Yeah,
Because then you gotta play Garnet.
that's the thing. It's like you gotta make a deck that runs on normal monsters really good. Like
Yeah.
if you're not, I mean, especially because I think like 2011, 2012, which were like currently, I think that was around the time of Dino Rabbit, right? Wasn't Dino Rabbit like 2012?
Dino Rabbit is Photon Shockwave, which I think is the next
Oh
episode.
yeah,
So yes.
it's literally gonna be actually not the next episode because
Oh.
I was just
Oh.
gonna get. Thank you for giving me the segue. Because if there is first and foremost exciting to get a game 3, and overall I feel like the games were actually very good. So I actually really enjoyed this episode, but also me losing it means that next time is going to be the Agents and Master Hyperion. The I think it's Lost Sanctuary as the
I
structure
think so,
deck.
yeah. Could be
Uh,
Ancient No, Ancient Sanctuary is an actual set.
yeah, because it was some Sanctuary was a set that we did a long time ago, so I'm like not sure. Actually, wait, I can just check.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
Lost Sanctuary.
Lost Sanctuary, okay. Lost Sanctuary is one of the structure decks, which I don't really care about, and the other one is Gates of the Underworld, which is the Dark World structure deck. And I really like Dark Worlds. I think they're a very cool deck. I really enjoy it. So, well, enjoy it as if I've proper played it before. I think I've played Dark Worlds once before with the jank version and this, but I don't remember if anything came out of that. But I really wanted to play Dark Worlds, so I'm definitely going with the Gates of the Underworld structure deck for next week.
Hell yeah. I think that's a great idea. I will certainly not build some degenerate shit with my 3 copies of Solemn Judgment and my Solidarities and my Torrential Tributes and my.
Yeah, and the card that says that nobody can normal summon dark monsters or do anything dark. Like, there's a card in Lost Sanctuary that literally says like dark monsters cannot exist in this game, which is fun since uh, Dark Worlds are obviously all darks. So that's gonna be great. These decks definitely don't feel like they were supposed to be pitted against each other, but you know.
I mean, I think they actually do in a way because it's like you have the light and dark theming, and clearly the light is stronger than the dark, but the dark has stuff that can deal with the light. Like you have cards
It's
that can pop my shit without.
yeah, I mean that's the thing, which is like there's literally a card that says, "Hey, the other deck can't function. Get rid of this thing." But I have nothing like that, which is just like, this feels like a weird design philosophy. But we'll see what happens. Regardless, regardless, I'm happy for that outcome in that way. That I don't know if you would have picked either one anyway. So I don't know what would have picked, but at least this.
I would have 100% gone for Lost Sanctuary, I think. Because this is a deck that I talked about this with you off camera, but Gates of the Underworld is a deck that I actually bought.
Yeah.
Like it's a structure deck that I have actually got myself. And Lost Sanctuary is the deck that my childhood friend got, and we pitted these against each other basically.
Yeah.
And I personally did not like Gates of the Underworld. I did not like the deck. I did not have like the game sense to properly utilize it at the time, and I didn't have 3 copies of everything. So I was playing a very weak version of the deck against a deck that basically tutors everything out, that doesn't need to just like top deck Hyperion, that can have a Sanctuary in the Sky that prevents me from just hitting over things. Has 2 copies of Sanctuary in the Sky, by the way, which is kind of crazy if you ask me. But yeah, I think Lost Sanctuary would have been the deck that we go for, even more so because of the fact that it's kind of a control deck. Like I think because you can play Dark Worlds in a weird way because they have very weird effects, right?
Yeah.
So
there's a lot of weird different effects.
Yeah. So it would be we're basically pitting a gimmick deck against what I will most definitely make into a control deck.
Yeah.
So it will be interesting to see how this pans out.
I do think that for the most part, I think like if I'm looking at like our like structure deck stuff, I feel like for the most part, when we like pick stuff, it's actually been like us having like two different decks that we want to play, and it hasn't been like, okay, we both want to play one of them. There were some things like the episode 7, there was like the zombie and the dragon started actually where it was like, okay, the zombie deck is about your opponent not having anything in their grave, and the dragon deck relies on having their grave, so it's like, oh well, so I'm now going to play the video game.
Oh no, that was Kaya's deck, the Dark Emperor deck.
Oh, it was that one? Okay, then I don't remember what those are. It's been over. It's been 62 episodes at this point. That's insane. So
boy.
Yeah.
I have to ask, by the way. Of the next few ones that we have for structure decks, we have Dragons Collide and Samurai Warlords. Which one will you pick?
I haven't looked at what's in them, so
Samurai Warlords is 6 Sams.
And the other one is what?
It's Chaos Dragon.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a hard one.
That's a hard pick, actually.
Yeah.
I mean,
like,
I'll just win the previous episode, so I don't have to make those hard decisions. Because like when it's okay, I definitely want to play this. That's when I throw. So obviously I threw like
that's
intentionally today. And then when it's a hard decision like that, it's like, okay, I guess I'll try this once. So then you can make your pick, and then I'll just take whatever.
I'll declare it right now. I will play Dragons Collide if I lose.
Okay.
Just in case you need
just to avoid the 6 allegations.
Yes, and also because again, Dragons Collide is a structure deck that I bought, and Chaos Dragons is a deck that I played.
Chaos is a cool archetype, and I mean dragons are cool. So,
yeah.
But I mean, I don't think I would be too bummed out about either one. But now when you've said that, if I remember this thing, if I happen to lose, I'm definitely picking the one that you wanted, just so you'll have to be spiteful, and then you can never call anyone a 6-Sam player again because you'll have to play 6 Sams.
By the way, guys, I've played 6-Sam before. I know how to pilot the deck like fairly well. I'm gonna play 3 copies of Gateway of the 6. So
about that,
this is nuclear deterrence, by the way. If you pick Dragons Collide.
If I pick one of the next, then you're breaking the rules of our series. I see how it is.
Wait. Actually, I thought it was just gentlemanning. I thought we were gentlemanning it.
Actual blackmail and threatening live on camera from this dude. Okay, I see how it is.
I didn't realize it was a rule that we made. I thought it was yeah, how about we only play one for now? And yeah, sure, yeah. Also, Dragon's
It's
Collide has Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon in it.
oh
And
shit, nice.
that makes me sad. Because this is the errata version, which I didn't even know was a thing up until like
The
recently.
Reddit version is still good, you know.
Oh yeah, but the original version is one of the most broken cards in the game at the time. And it's just beautiful. Imagine you just have a dragon type monster that you banish from the field, and then you get to just summon dragon type monsters for free with a soft once per turn. Amazing. Love it. 10 out of 10.
Look, I know I like dragons as much as the next guy, probably more than the next guy when it comes to card games. But I think the change is probably a good thing. And you know, for once we actually get like, hey, this card was insane. It's still usable afterwards. A lot of the errata shit that you know you just don't see.
Chaos Emperor Dragon.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It's just fundamentally broken, I guess. But you know,
I'm gonna ask a harder question, which is Realm of the Sea Emperor versus Fire Kings.
I know Fire Kings destroy themselves. I don't know anything. I don't know anything about the archetype except that they revolve around popping themselves, and I don't know. I couldn't. Gun to my head, I couldn't tell you a single card that is in the Realm of the Sea Emperors or whatever it was.
That's for good reason. Let's just say that.
So
like,
you know,
actually for good reason.
I literally I couldn't tell you.
This is one of the worst, like not modern structure decks I'd say, but like for this time period, considering that it's sandwiched between Dragons Collide, Samurai Warlords, Onslaught of the Fire Kings, and even though the Blue Eyes structure deck isn't very good, it still had like cards in it that are kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, we get Cyber Dragon Revolution, which gives us support for Cyber Dragon, specifically Cyber Dragon Nova. That doesn't have Infinity yet, but like Cyber Dragon Nova is in there. And then we get the Lightsworn structure in 2014, and then Gear with that, and then eventually after we've got the Realm of Light and Gear, which are from 3 years from now, by the way, like in game time.
Mm-hmm.
We get Hero Strike and Synchron Extreme.
2015 Synchron deck? What the hell is in that?
It has Jet Synchron. It's the most broken, like arguably one of the most broken tuners ever released into the game. It has a Level Leader, Quill Bolt, Rhoda 1-for-1.
Level Leader was still on bad, but I guess
yes.
I guess Links were what really broke it, so I guess it kind of makes sense, but yeah.
Then this has like Axel Synchron, Stardust Warrior. It has a bunch of really good traps as well.
Guys,
like it has
this
Solemn
is me
Warning.
trying to sell this deck so I get to play the Hero Strike, guys?
No, guys, come on. I would never play Hero Strike, guys. Come on. It only has Shadow Mist in it. It only has Masked Heroes in it and Great Tornado in it. I wouldn't even be able to fusion summon things. Come on, guys.
Actually, cool heroes. Bro, you're gonna have to throw the previous episode so hard. I'm gonna have to forbid you from admitting defeat. Because otherwise, it's gonna be a 5-minute episode where we'll boot up. It's like, oh yeah, immediately.
Oh, bad hand.
Yeah. 5 breaks in my hand. Go game 2. I mean, I just drew ass, and then I will look into his deck, and it's literally like the worst pick cards from the set. And it's like, oh, gee, I wonder what this is for. Surely this wasn't any sort of match fixing or anything.
I would never do such a thing, guys.
I'll actually, that'll be the one episode where we're like, okay, we're actually betting money on this shit. So you're paying $50 if you want to play the Hero Strike.
I don't like that. Dude, this is so far away. This is way past even the beginning of Arc V. This is like 3rd set Arc V.
Arc V is Pendulums?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This is 3rd set Arc V. So
we'll have to figure that out when we get there, but like I don't know why I'm giving you a heads up to content that's from like probably like for us gonna be closer to, okay, maybe not a year, but a long fucking time from now. is gonna be like how we do pendulums, and pendulums without links. Obviously, if we're doing modern rules, do not functions. So we're probably gonna do a half and half, so we don't have the separate pendulum zones, but we'll do pendulums in a way where you can obviously just summon them, because otherwise we would not be able to do anything, because you can always just pendulum summon one thing. I mean,
from your extra deck.
Yeah. Which I feel
That's
like
important.
would be disingenuous for the time, so.
Dude, I can't wait to play Glees when Towers is out, and I just make Towers, and you just sit there looking at me like, why the fuck are we even playing this?
I'll somehow find a way to play Galaxy Eyes there, so I'm not affected by because I think it was levels that it's.
Yes, it's level 12, I think.
Yeah, or was it
No,
level
level
10?
10, level 10. It's level 10.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think.
yeah. Because I cared about levels, so Virgin level user versus GigaChat rank enjoyer.
I mean, let's see. Artifact, Archfiend, Batterman, Battle Guard, Number, Odd Eyes, Agent, Jin, Monarchs. Oh yeah, this is Hat. This is the beginning of Hat format.
Everyone always
Wait,
talks
is
about
it?
that. I know nothing of that. I just know it's
Who?
Peddlemer.
Who talks?
Everyone.
Oh yeah,
I
Hat
feel like
format
Hat is like, if you're talking just format names, like that's one that gets thrown around the most. Like it's literally like I think it's literally like you have Goat, then you have Edison, then you have Hat.
Yeah, it's like a controlled format. Look, the games are fairly slow. They feel like they have a good pacing to them, and I think that's a big part of why people like that format. It's the same for Goat.
I mean, yeah,
And I'd even
Goat is
say same
such
for
a
Edison.
slow format, so
Yeah.
Edison's a little bit. I mean, Edison is Edison's just Goat, but you do more during like on one turn. So
if this card is normal, summoned / set, it is unaffected by spell trap effects and by activated effects from any monsters whose level / rank is. I didn't even realize this motherfucker
I thought that was
ignored.
just for levels.
Yeah, same. Holy
I
shit,
guess
this thing
that's
is
why
disgusting.
it's such an like iconic boss monster, and why like everything gets referred to as towers when it's kinda.
No, the reason why everything gets referred to as towers is because of the effect, like being just, it's just you can't deal with it with any other means other than like tributing it because it's unaffected by effects.
Mm-hmm.
Like that effect itself is fucking stupid. If it negated all other effects on the field, that would be even worse.
Boy, I can't wait to get into more modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Where why not play modern Yu-Gi-Oh! We have 10 fucking floodgates preventing you from playing the game. And this dumbass that doesn't get dealt with anything, and you're just waiting for time to run out in the duel when you don't get to play the video game with 10 million control effects. Or you lose in 10 seconds on your first turn before you get to breathe.
This is misrepresenting the game. We literally have turn 0 interaction for this, okay?
I think
this is like going, oh, you don't play Force of Will or Force of Negation or the blue elemental
Everyone get your bingo cards.
MTG.
There's the Magic the Gathering reference from Jeexx. Bingo cards.
The
bingo.
Hold up. But yeah, like if you don't play those in Legacy or Vintage, you're literally throwing the game every time. Like, why would you not play turn 0 interaction? The thing is, we're not gonna have turn 0 interaction in this, and I think that's something that we're gonna have to figure out when we go into Arc V.
We'll put hand traps as general stuff at some point, because otherwise this will turn into cock and ball torture without the cock and balls. So and that's not something that we're trying to put on YouTube. Like that is somewhere else. Check out my page. I don't.
The whole up.
It would have been funny if I had something to plug there. After 37 minutes in the second part of the recording, when everyone's very engaged, Okay, final thing. If there was a nine slot bingo for Lesser Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning Journey, what's on the bingo? It's Jeexx playing Heroes.
That's one, yeah.
Jeexx making a Magic the Gathering reference, or another card game. It can be another
card game. Yeah,
usually
that's
it would
good.
be that. It's someone cheating, or like as not following the rules. The free space in the middle is don't read the card.
That's Yu-Gi-Oh!
So that's 4.
Yeah.
What else? What else? What else? It's I sack with a one of out in my deck.
Yeah, you
That
heart
would
of the
be
card,
one.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, that's 5. Okay, we need 4 more. Plague Spirit of Zombies in the set. That's 6.
No, but it's literally in every set
Okay,
now.
now it is, but it shows up
No,
regardless.
that's free.
Somehow.
That's the free space.
That's not
Because
as
it's
free as
literally.
us not reading the card.
I think that's as free.
So yeah.
Like, considering that it's basically the joke of it's literally in every set, and now it's every set. I don't know, what would the last 4 be? Like,
we're only missing 3 now. Okay.
Oh, really? Okay.
Not having conventional back row removal. Because I feel like that's happened so where it's like, I guess I'll fucking play Stomping Ground.
Hell yeah. I guess I'm playing Stratos. I guess I'm playing Heroes
Yeah,
for
I'm
spell
playing
trap
Heroes
removal.
to have spell trap removal. Yeah, okay. 2 more.
Fuck. 2 more.
Somebody pops off. That's
Somebody pops up. Hell yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not happening too many times, but sometimes you get the Inferno turn, and then it's like, oh shit, or a double Thunder Giant. And then 1 more. I fuck up my intro. There you go. That's the 9.
Perfect.
I'm not.
You gotta make this for next time, by the way, and then we just check if we actually fit it.
That would actually be pretty funny. Okay, I need to remember when I'm editing and going through the footage. I need to remember here. If I remember to do this, then I'll have it for later, and then just to make sure that I remember, I'll put it on screen here. Like it's somewhere there currently. Like there. It's somewhere there. Somewhere there. Probably here. Maybe here or on the
Somewhere.
other side of the screen.
It's somewhere.
It's like I'm putting it like, maybe like here or whatever. Oh fuck, I forgot. Now when I can control see this. There we go. I move my camera to demonstrate, but I remember I'm very meticulously placed on top of Dark Magician Girl, so I'm like covering her perfectly where it says Weebfox, like to the left of my camera, just like as if my camera would be my profile picture on Duel book. Awesome. Well, hopefully you enjoyed this podcast that also has some Yu-Gi-Oh gameplay in it. Smile.
Dude, I can't wait for Primal Origin, man. It's gonna be so fucking cool.
It's gonna be great.
That's like 7-8 sets from now.
Oh, that's actually not too bad.
No, it's not.
It's gonna be like summer for us. There's some stuff happening during the summer, so our schedule might be a little sporadic. That's
sporadic.
And during the summer, but we'll figure that out when we get there. But for now, still we're going with the weekly stuff. So look forward to Gates of the Underworld and Lost Sanctuary next week when I get the triple if you play Darks die card opened up on me game 1, and I figure out maybe how to deal with it.
Just as a tip, it's only you cannot summon Darks, okay?
Yeah.
That's not a problem.
Yeah, I mean, you can, some stuff that I guess it's self-summoned from like discarding, it's kind of annoying, but there's a lot of stuff that you can just, the deck, if I recall, because I briefly took a look at both of the decks, and it had a decent amount of pop effects with discards, and it has other pops as well, so there's an okay amount of ways to deal with it, so it shouldn't be too bad. But I will still have it preloaded as my John. If I lose, I only lost because of that card, even if it doesn't show up once. Because then I, overbuild around it in deck building and just got unlucky. Always have a John loaded, guys. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed today's podcast. And turn in next week for the historic Yu-Gi-Oh podcast or whatever. And we'll tell you why you should be playing Galaxy Ice.
Oh,
yeah. Thank you for watching. Today was great. We got a game 3, finally. It might not even have been that long ago, but I feel like it's been ages. Because a couple previous time were just washed. So, washes? Whatever, washes, yeah. And so that was nice. So, I'm going to stop rambling now. And we'll see you hopefully next week for another structure episode. So have a good one, y'all, and peace.